Jersey City is booming with possibility. I'm excited for Art House and the other arts organizations here to put Jersey City on the map. We're not just theater. We have a visual arts gallery, we have a comedy fest, we have a modern dance festival. We're kind of something for everyone. And now we're creating a new play festival based on the work that is created over 9 months in the incubator.
So Incubator is the new play development program here at Art House Productions. We've been working with 8 playwrights over the course of the year. We meet once a month to work on new plays.
Alex Tobey is the resident director of the Incubator program at Art House. Of the 8 plays performed, we focused on 2, both given staged readings at the festival. Miss Atomic Power by Molly Bicks, a dark comedy involving a beauty pageant and 2 stranded aliens, and The Incels by Ruth Zamoyta, about the disturbing world of involuntary celibates.
They watch their friends and family members drop dead at their feet.
There is now a whole subculture which exists primarily online of young men who can't develop a relationship with a woman. The most important thing is that they're in these echo chambers where they just feed each other's outrage and hatred.
Ruth is writing this play called the Incel Trilogy, which focuses on 3 different incels going through different experiences that will intersect eventually over the course of the play, but for most of the play exists in separate circles.
Ruth's play begins with the story of 21-year-old Tom, frustrated since middle school.
I saw women through a new lens. I couldn't stop thinking about sex, about women, about love, and wanting it. Discovering sex was my doom, because I wanted it and couldn't get it.
On the other end of the spectrum is Miss Atomic Power by Molly Bicks.
I won the first ever Miss Atomic Power competition.
It's about the beauty pageants they had in Las Vegas around the testing of the atomic bomb and the fallout afterwards, so to speak.
It combines all these surreal different elements together to create this post-apocalyptic, kind of futuristic, but nostalgic of the past. It combines a whole lot of different styles and ideas together.
One of the subplots is the story of 2 aliens, both named Dave, stranded and working for tips.
I don't know how to get back home. I don't know how to fix the spaceship. I don't want to go anywhere else where people will harass, arrest, and distrust us, and I definitely don't want to stay here. They tipped me in quarters today, Dave. Quarters. It's like I'm an actual alien.
By the time an actor takes on the part of one of the Daves, or one of the incels, the scripts have been worked and reworked.
Hey, Derek here from Backwoods Survival and Handicrafts.
Kind of what are those tools in your toolbox?
Starting in September, the Incubator Playwrights met once a month at Art House, working toward the new play festival in May. We stopped by a workshop in February. One of the playwrights joined by Skype. He's reading the stage directions for Miss Atomic Power.
Dave? Dave, what are you doing?
The next Dave comes on stage. He holds a metal arm ahead of him.
What the hell, Dave?
Hey there. I was trying out some new things. You know, tying a long metal rod to a car battery.
One of the things we were looking for in the applications were playwrights who had specific questions about the plays they were working on and wanted to discuss those with a group.
I want there to be incidentally dark things that are going on that aren't necessarily plot points. And I wonder if when you're seeing those in there, they're distracting, or you're wondering what's going to happen with that, in particular with the brother, because I've dropped that a bunch of times. And that was sort of a long question that I have. It's kind of campy, and it's kind of over the top, and there's a lot of sort of weird things in it. And one of the things the Incubator really helped me do was, one of the many things it helped me do was that it helped me really trace the logic behind each kind of really strange thing.
In tonight's workshop, Ruth decided to focus on Tom, the character most closely based on Elliot Rodger, the real-life incel turned mass shooter. It was a horrific event that affected Ruth deeply.
On May 23rd, 2014, I was in New Jersey. It was 12:30. I was sleeping. And I get a call from my son, and his voice is shaking. And he says, "Mom, there's someone shooting outside." It was Elliot Rodger.
The old China woman.
So I had a personal need to explore it more.
surrounded by gorgeous, sexy, voluptuous, flat, fake paper foam board pixel women beckoning me hither with their alluring eyes, teasing me, taunting me, because I would never be able to touch their prototypes.
Answer to the question of like what's a
One of our big goals was bringing in special guests each month who all work in theater in different capacities. So tonight, our special guest, her name is Shira Milikowski. She's a freelance director living in New York.
I guess I just want to say, like, the courage to go down that rabbit hole. Like, you know, the first half of maybe the first page, I was like, oh, this makes me think of, the audience experience is kind of like, oh, this kind of sounds like it's this person. And then you're like, oh.
I think I felt with the mother.
The workshops at Art House are developing a new generation of playwrights, and the INKubator New Play Festival gives them yet another great opportunity.
After writing and sitting and talking for a full year, to have the chance to work with a director and actors and a space.
I'm getting closer.
To get the play off the page and off the table into something that's fully three-dimensional.
And they sat on my daddy's car on the hill looking over the desert, looking over the carnival, about 50 miles away from the test sites. They were still there in the morning when the sun came up. They were still there in the morning to watch the first atomic bomb drop on the Nevada desert.
Slide, an enormous mushroom cloud in the Nevada desert. Scene 2, Fun Town.